Where what's real will be talked about.
Woo!
Hey, whoop-de-doo. What up, though?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, how's everything with you? You doing all right?
I am. I'm doing good. I'm tired. Work been kicking my cajones.
Yeah.
But you know, I always look forward to this time with you all.
Absolutely.
How you?
Absolutely. I'm pretty good. It's been a weird little day. Got a few challenges. Amen. Hallelujah. But
Going through it. Going through it.
we pushing on through.
Hey. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Crucial Convos. I'm your girl, F.l.o.r.
I'm your boy, Emery.
We still working on that, or
I
are
don't
we
know.
like?
I feel like what I need to do is just practice saying it.
I mean,
'Cause
but you said that last week.
And I don't do it. That's what I'm saying. I need to actually just sit down. Emery. It all sounds weak to me. Oh, you like that last one?
I like that last one. Like that last one was kind of powerful in the sense of, I'm Emery. Yeah. In here.
Yeah.
So that intro though, it still do something to my soul.
Your part?
The music.
The music is everything.
It still touches me in like every time I hear it, I just go to a vibe.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it instantly just go like right here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The thing
Like
is live. It's live.
I love it.
I don't know.
So
well, we here.
That we are.
And we are yes, empowered women empower women. Go on and show your shirt.
That's what it is. That's what we supposed to do.
Nice.
Period.
Now, whose brand is that? Is that yours?
Nah, you know what? I really don't remember. It was just it called me and I put it on. To be honest.
Nice. That's dope, though.
Appreciate you. So, what we getting into tonight?
I think we're gonna finish up. We had a lot of stuff to finish up. We didn't really get to from our trauma talk last week. Which is pretty cool. I don't think like we need to follow a program. A script, to a T. We need to have our topics and subjects, but if something's hidden, I feel like we should stay there.
I think a lot of people. No, you good. My bad. I think it was important to really introduce and explain the description of trauma, because I think some people are so used to the trauma that they don't feel like they're in it. You know what I'm saying? So I think last week was really good for introducing
the trauma. Am I eating on camera?
I mean, this what we do.
Dang, I know, but these jelly beans is blessing my life.
I was really gonna ask you what was really, so potent, but I guess you realized that.
Because I can only have like 12. I really ain't supposed to have them, but I'm just trying to, limit myself because I know I eat the whole bag.
You buy them by the bag.
Yeah, the gourmet one. It's Easter time, so all that stuff is out.
I'm not into it though.
You don't like jelly beans?
I mean, they okay, but not for me to just buy them by the bag.
All right. Definitely, I'm all about sweets.
Hey, Soldier Girl.
Soldier Girl, what's up now? Before we get this moving, do you like jelly beans, Soldier Girl?
That's the question of the night, because not Emery finna start judging if you don't buy them by the bag like he do.
I just need somebody on my side.
It's a
Somebody
lot
with
of
me.
weirdos that like jelly beans, like
I
buy them
know I'm
by the
one.
bag though. Like,
well, how else you buy them? You can't buy them by one. Tia say she like them. That's my girl.
No, they can, but don't they got them in like the snack? I don't know. I don't know.
Snacks? Tell me, because I'm telling you, I eat too
Look at you.
many. I know. I need some better portions.
That is just mean you'll grab 2 or 3, no?
Facts. Like I do the fruit snacks. That's why I don't buy the fruit snacks no
Yeah.
more. I'm laying out 3 of them
Yeah.
immediately.
It's a good thing that you do, I guess, buy it by the bag, so you'll be able to. I like jelly beans. All right, see,
Nice.
I know it's a lot of y'all that like
not the black ones.
You like the black ones?
I like the black ones.
Wow. Now the Starburst jelly beans are different. Like that's a different breed.
I know, right?
I love those.
Have you had the Sunkist jelly beans?
I don't think so.
Listen. Okay, we need to get on to our subject because we'll be all day on this food subject.
I don't really like jellies like that.
Man, that's so crazy. Okay. But yeah, we were talking about last week how we started off and we did our thing and just to help us to get going. But like you said, I know a guy, good friend of mine, who just said the other day, I ain't had no childhood trauma, man. You know, I ain't get molested. I ain't get abandoned and da-da-da. And I had to leave it there because I know the conversation was going to go and I ain't have time. I was like, bro, we're going to have to chit-chat. He's like, no, I'm just saying, you know, everybody. I'm like, I know, but that's, you know, I know you. I know your life. I know how you are now. Most of us come from how you were raised. So, yeah. So I believe a lot of people. I'm not sure of the reasons, but they don't want to accept that. You know, they've had some traumatic things happen to them, and it
Maybe they
doesn't
just
mean
don't
you
see it
don't
that
have.
way.
Yeah, and you don't have. You know, everybody doesn't have like huge ones or you know, the ones that are so lasting and that, you know, mess with you so long. But I feel like black folks in America, this is my honest opinion. Every one of us got something to talk about from our kid's childhood. Every one of us. Silver spoon, gold spoon, plastic spoon, no spork, any spoon. You know?
So I think that's when the parental trauma do come in because they made trauma so normal to where their kids didn't feel like it was traumatic, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like like I didn't have my dad. My dad was around. My mom was there but wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just remember being with my great grandmother a lot. Um I remember drug bust, raids at 8, 7, 8 years old, having to go to my auntie house. I mean,
yeah.
Like I think I remember uncles coming in drunk. You know what I'm saying? Tripping over stuff. Like I think that's why I don't really care to drink, to see the actions of that. Like that's just something I don't want to deal with. Dope boys aren't appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not really my zhuzh at all. I take a blue collar any day. White collar, green collar, orange collar.
Right.
Go to work, bro. Go to work. Um, you know, I just oh no.
I know for me, I was never touched inappropriate. Well, sexually. My daddy used to beat my butt. I feel like it was inappropriate. So let me switch that word. But no, I don't have those. You know, the textbook types of trauma. But as a pastor, my daddy was a pastor. funerals did it for funerals, and people
Mm.
crying at our house was traumatic for me. Well, or coming in from church and somebody in the broke in your house and ransacked the place. As a kid, that's traumatic. You know, there's a bunch. I don't, and all of those things have an effect on you, a lasting effect, especially if you don't deal with it.
For sure. I've had my share of the sexual abuse. You feel what I'm saying? It was from the age of 9. It started at 9, and it went all the way up to about 14 is when I came out and talked about it and told. But it's like when I came out and talked about it, it's like everybody turned, not everybody, but the clique, you know what I'm saying, turned against me. And I think that's why.
You mean the clique in your family? Or do
Yeah.
you mean okay?
Yeah. Um, I think that's why a lot of females stay quiet about their situation because they feel like no one will listen, right?
Yeah.
So I think I was blessed enough to have a circle that did. Even though my immediate, my mom, my grandma, they really, I'm gonna say, turned a blind eye to it. That's what I'm gonna say. They definitely turned a blind eye to it. Um, so when I went to my circle, it was more like, okay. And then the issue was addressed. It didn't stop, slow down, but one was aware. You feel me? But by that time, I had acquired the senses to swag, not come home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've dealt with a lot of it, but I think the part that hurts me the most is I never really gained friendships growing up. You know how some people have everlasting friendships from fifth grade, high school. I never had that because I never wanted anyone to come and be subjected to what I was going through. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
can
I
see that.
didn't want individuals to go back and then talk about me and I'm the talk of the school for some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So um not acquiring the friends was traumatic in the sense of when I was 14 and had a birthday party, nobody showed up.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was like I'm dope. You know what I mean? Like, and it's
I know it can be very, very trying, very, very tough. Um, it can
oh
affect us
wow.
in these ways. Yeah, I get it. Soldier Girl says, growing up Kojic, you didn't discuss it because you would be accused of being fast. So you shut your
You,
mouth. That is real. That's in the church, period, man. That's even, I mean,
but
I
but
definitely,
told you, it's not just in the church though.
yeah.
That like it's not just in the church. That's in like normalcy. Like somehow or another, it's flipped to be your fault. So what do you do when this individual is bribing? Mind you, you're 14. You 15. You want the latest Jordans. You feel what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100. You do keep quiet. You don't say nothing. You know that it's uncomfortable, but it becomes routine after a while. So
Mm.
the only question that I've ever had is how can one be attracted to a 9-year-old little girl that look like a little boy?
Man, you had to put that last part on there.
That's
No, I feel you. It's
what
not.
is it
There's
that
no
lures?
attraction. That's not attraction. There's a mental illness. There's something wrong.
I realize it's the control. Like that it had nothing to do with attraction. It
Yeah, it's
had
not
nothing
you.
to
No,
do with none of that. It was the control of the situation. You
and
know.
there is a lack thereof as well. in that moment. From there is a lack. There's some sort of sexual lack in that man. Kia says, I was molested from the age of 6 to 10 by my mom's boyfriend. Didn't say anything because I was scared that it would happen to my sisters. I resented my mom for years.
For years.
That's a traumatic thing, man. Our parents, they're supposed to be our first, your dad's supposed to be your first boyfriend type, what, man, who you look up to. Your mom is supposed to be the first girlfriend type of whatever. You look to them for immediate protection. And when that doesn't happen, this is where the scars come from. This is where, and then that plus family secrets is what haunts us and makes us, find the path of least resistance. So if something's hurting, I don't want to do it. I got to still do it, but I don't want to do it the full way because it's going to hurt you bad. So I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do it a little easier. And every time I can, I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I have a good friend of mine whose mom's husband would molest her as a child. And she got older, told her mom about it. They blamed her. She's so fast. Just like she said, and they were, what they called it, whatever. They were in the church. The same, it's you put it out there. You like your boobs out, your cleavage, showing you this, that. And she used to be like, well, where did I get it from?
That part.
Like, I'm just doing. I'm just being. So, where did that come from? You still blaming me? This man was grown and he was your man.
Right.
And you chose him over me.
Right.
So then she leaves, gets into a bunch of stuff, not really knowing how to manage life, ends up having a bunch of kids, not a bunch, having kids and whatnot, by guys who ain't there, who horrible. She fell on hard times, had to move back home. The man is still there. The mom's mad, talking crazy. You walking around not speaking to him, not talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
She was grown, and she was grown at this time, and still had to deal with that. And we and so how we normally do, we try to find if you've been able to recognize it and be able to at least start your process, you want to do the opposite of what your parents allow for you. So you're gonna be overbearing. They can't. You ain't going to no parties. Oh, you can't. No, if I can't take you, you can't go. You know what I'm saying? Which is what goes there. You know what I'm saying? It's such a traumatic thing. Then, because you can't trust nobody, you can't trust your mom and daddy.
Exactly.
If you can't trust your parents, who is there? Who's left?
There is no one. No one. And it's worse.
Well, Kia said she didn't say nothing until she was 33.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I get it, man.
Like she didn't say nothing to her mom.
Yes.
So
she told her mom earlier, like in her teens, maybe around the same age. Like she was about to sneak out one night to go see her boyfriend. The daddy was like, "You need to do something to me, or I'm gonna tell your mama that you finna go." Same as you said, bribing, dangling stuff. Same thing.
I just feel like if the mothers took accountability versus justifying, I think things would be better. Like there is no way you can justify the bullshit actions of a pedophile. There is just no way. Like I told her prior, I live outside under a bridge in Michigan winter before I let anybody touch my daughter.
Yeah.
Period. There is no reason for me that's good enough to give. You know what I'm saying? For those actions, like it's not gonna happen. Like it's not like, but I mean, the saying goes, when you know better, you do better, right?
Yeah. That's true.
So I feel like, yeah, we did become overbearing. I'm one of them. You can't spend
Yeah.
a night. You can't go nowhere. We need to
Oh,
go. We need to deal.
I
We need to
know. I
do
already know how it go, girl.
only with us. Like you, I don't know them. Okay, I can meet their parents. That's the only way.
Right.
We need to talk. They need your number, where you live, all that. I need all that.
All the details, I swear.
And it's unfortunate because I'm on my last one right now. And he got prom coming up. And he just sent me a text like, hey, mommy, me, such and such, these kids been friends since fifth grade, y'all. Y'all know I just told that story. So I really cherish and he cherished those friendships too. I really want to spend the night. Da, 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 da. Now, I say, I remember being 16.
Yeah,
I remember prom.
we all do.
I don't really understand what I'm gonna do. Like I really don't know, and I'm working on it. I'm gonna figure it out. But right now it's hell no. Right now
About them. Who he's trying to spend the night?
about him spending the night on prom night.
Oh yeah, that. Well, I
Right now it's
figured
hell no.
you do it how you do it. I'm gonna say no.
I may extend your
Spending the night.
curfew. I may extend your curfew because it's
Yeah,
prom.
cause we just know what that is.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
You
And
know,
I'm his mama.
right? Exactly.
Period. Can y'all do me a favor and put that post that comment up on from Nakia? My bad.
The last one got put up.
Yes, please. My breakdown in my past relationships and going to therapy is why I finally told my mom. Okay, so I've talked to her. We had a 3 hour conversation. It was some acknowledging, but it was more justifying. It was more still throwing the ball at me. I don't do well with stupidity. I don't care who you are. I don't do well with stupidity at all. So if you want to talk about it and we're talking, don't go to a place of woe is me. That's not really, my thing. So I was older than 33 because I wasn't really waiting. I was waiting for her to be ready to have a conversation. It was a lot of avoiding, because I saw it. So I was waiting for her to be comfortable, but when I was ready to strike, I just had to strike. It was just kind of like let go. Like this is
Yeah,
the last part of my healing, talking to you. So once I talked to her, it was just like, all right, like let's go. I don't Me personally, she want to do therapy with me. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it's beneficial to me. Um it may be beneficial to her, but I don't really feel like my obligation is her, honestly. I don't. Um
that's more. If it sounds like she wants to have the therapist help justify some of her actions.
and that's how I feel it's going to be, and then it's going to lead to me being very rude. Those who know me know
But that
me.
therapist, she don't know how therapy works. That's not how it's gonna go.
I
That
don't
therapist ain't gonna do that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying I think your mom may be a little delusional about how that works. If that's what she's going for, they're not gonna be like, well, your mom had to do this. She, give her cut her some slack. That's not how it works.
Emery, that therapist is going to tell my mom to find a new therapist once I'm done.
Oh no, that's right.
Like I'm not really the one. It just don't work with me. I agree, overbearing these days is wisdom because it's a lot of shenanigans that goes on, but um I don't think it's beneficial. I just don't. I speak very well. I can articulate my feelings very well. I don't need a mediator. You feel what I'm saying? To be there to guide or to redirect. Don't tell me what you think I mean. Or what you mean to say is, nah, bitch, what I said is what I said. Period. And I don't want it to go there with her therapist because again, that's hers. So I want to let that remain her safe place. I don't want to ruin that. So when I tell her no, that's exactly what I mean. I don't want you to continue to push it. I don't want you to go through other people. I don't want you to subliminally. I don't want none of that. No is what I said. No is what it is. No is what it's going to be. Period. Nothing's going to
Yeah,
change my mind about it. I gave you the opportunity to talk. We talked. We done talking about it. I'm not talking no more. I'm all talked out. I just am. So, I'm okay. It's some things that I do wish I had, but again, I've my sister of 30 years. I'm content with that one. Shayla, that's my boo. So I'm okay. The
I
one
don't
that's
know.
go ahead.
I don't know if I agree that being overbearing is wisdom.
Okay.
I feel like I understand why it happens, but I also understand why people get shot over $5.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Don't
genuinely,
mean you agree
I
with it.
it's not. I don't think it's cool. Like because the
Oh,
kids.
oh,
There we go.
my bad, y'all. Hold on. Technical difficulties,
It's all
my
good. Hit mute on her for a minute. Tia, make her mute. I feel like being overbearing right now. It stipends the kids. They could they don't get to experience life um, in the normal manner. And I'm not saying that everything should be loosey goosey, but overbearing anything is not good in any area, like in business, even relationships. When you're overbearing, just that there's nothing positive about that word. Now, some people may like to be, overbearing with a D when it comes to relationships. Like they may want their man or their girl to be all over.
hmm
But that's not healthy. Um, being aware, being conscientious is to me is wisdom. Um, and then in a very very broad way. I don't want to make this so specific, but in a broad way, this kind of goes with what I've been saying about how we do as far as our coping mechanisms. Like if something happened one time, oh, never doing that again. I'm gonna shy away from every single piece of it. Can't do it. Can't let it happen. And the reason behind it is 100% understandable. Um, and then there's especially when it comes to our children, there's so many weirdos out here. There's so many people that can, there's sex trafficking now. You know what I'm saying? It's not only kidnapping, but there's sex trafficking, which is horrible. And just you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time, get shot, accident. I I understand the want to keep our kids safe, but we also are making our kids pay for our trauma.
I agree.
To an extent. To an extent.
Right, right, right.
We're also making our kids pay for it. This in which is what our parents did to us. Theirs was more, we're trying to do something positive with it, but maybe they were too, and just had no clue of how to, or didn't know at all, and was just this is how I'm supposed to do because they're allowing their trauma to still lead them. Whereas we don't really get to a place where we can even talk about our kids. Like I'm still this. I'm saying this to me as well
Mhm,
because I'm the same way when it comes to my kids.
mhm,
Emery's 18 and he can fight and everything. I'm not worried about protection wise or something like that. I still be like, man, nah. I don't
mhm,
think you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely speaking to myself as well. But if we're gonna speak about healing holistically, like the
mhm.
whole thing, we have to look at the whole thing and what part we're playing in our kids because they'll grow. Like I feel like, especially in the Kojic church, the reason why so many people from the Kojic world don't play no spades or nothing, or no cards at all, watch movies, is because their mom and them wasn't able to because their moms got pregnant at the movie theater, at the drive-in, or they had
Mhm,
sex at the drive-in, and
mhm,
you know what I'm saying, or you playing spades and cards, you're gambling, or you start fighting. So that part never was explained. That they just said, "Don't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it." So now you grow up, and spades is easy. It's not like is a necessity. I'm just using this for an example. For folks don't have a clue about it, don't understand the enjoyment. Why it's y'all just be getting too aggressive, and that's the only thing they see. I'm too aggressive. I can't do it, and not have never really learned how to enjoy the game. So it's in that way that I feel like we can be, lead them astray, which is another reason why they get out and
He
go
go
buck
nuts.
wild.
I don't know. I let him do the things that I was never exposed to, i.e., amusement parks, NBA games, if his friends have a party, you can go to that, ice skating. Like he's exposed to so much because he's so diverse. His friend list is so diverse. So he's a
Yes.
cool kid. He get invited to everything. But spending the night somewhere on prom night, call me overbearing all you want. Ain't happening. Ain't happening.
I swear,
I don't know about
y'all
none
can
of
stay
that.
here.
Y'all definitely can do that for sure, but that's never asked. So that's how I know. Again,
Oh
I'm his
yeah,
mother. So
yeah. Mine do. Mine will come. Matter of fact, I'm like, he 18. He should be done with these sleepovers, my nigga.
it's like they never are.
But yeah, he got a little homeboy. He want to come over here from Thursday to Sunday. I'm like, man, he gonna have to pay rent.
He got to pay hotel
That
fee.
ain't spend the night, bro. He moving in for the weekend.
That's a
For them,
getaway.
right? And that'd be cool. But I'm just. I don't. You're not spending. No.
Mm,
If there's any girls over there, like daughters or anything, no.
I
They
don't
can
even
come here.
know,
I
brother.
could do it because I'm gonna watch. Like y'all gonna have to. You got to be sneaky, sneaky, sneaky to get over like that. In this house, as big as it may be, I listen. It's not happening here.
It ain't happening.
It's not. I'm telling you. I can say that
But
wholeheartedly.
that's how I know. That's how I know he be up to some malarkey because it's never like, hey, ma, can such and such, because he already know, like, we
Yeah,
not those free, like, nah,
yeah,
nah, we hippies, but not in that way.
yeah, yeah.
So
But so okay. How do you think your parental trauma has affected you in your adult life? And this question is for you guys over here too.
everybody.
Like Kia said, I didn't grow up coaching. So what's my excuse? I didn't either. I was Baptist.
Because of what you went through, so your trust was tainted.
Yeah,
Like you not finna let,
it's the same.
nah,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
same thing. It just wasn't.
Yeah,
Um, so I do make sure I tell them I love them every day. Like I try to give them as much affection and love, kisses and cuddles, mommy, as I can, because I know that's important, especially with my boys. I know that's really important. Um, I allowed a open platform. Like they created their boundaries. My son's almost 22 and I went up to him today, right? Just to test him, right? I went up to him today. I said, "You think you bad?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Say bullshit." He said, "Are you telling me to say that?" I said, "Yeah, you think you bad, right? Say bullshit." I'm standing over him, right? So he know I'm either coming from the front or the side, but you think you bad though. So he was like, bullish. I said, "See, you know what?" So that lets me know that I've created that sense of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like he grown, but I'm mom. You know what I'm saying? So I've
that's
put in
real.
that time. I just put in that time. I put in that work. I'm always mom. It don't shut off because he's, like I said, 22. She almost 21. It don't shut off. I'm always there, even when they don't know they need me. I'm there. And I think because I didn't have that in my mom, I made sure that they knew that home was safe. I'll never tell you any bullshit just to get you out my face. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about it, I'm gonna explain it, we're gonna give examples, like all that. So there comes something, hey mom, let me ask you a question. That'd be the funniest thing because I know some bullshit coming, but I'll be like, all
Yeah,
right, what's up? So
every
yeah,
time.
so like, but they my ride or dies, especially my older two. They're my ride or dies. Like
Yeah,
when I was the dumbest, they they held me down. So making sure I get them love and affection, I think,
Yeah.
not just assuming they know I love them, but
Mm-hmm.
knowing because I've shown.
I feel like my parental trauma affected me in the same way, kind of being overbearing. I think mine is, for the most part, panned out and evened out. But being lied, I hate lying. I hate lying, period. Like, period. Um, I've been a taskmaster over that in my boys. Like in this house, if you a little lie gets you a whooping.
Mm.
And what I mean by little lie, like, did you open that jar of cheese? Whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, it might have been Nate or maybe Emery. That to me is a little one because there's no reason to lie for it.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you tell the truth, depending on the situation, well, if you tell the truth, the consequences will be way less
Mhm.
harsh
Mhm.
than they would be if you lie. Sometimes you may not even be in trouble at all. You may get one of these talking to, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. But if you lie every single time, I'm getting you. What's some more? Oh, I'm also. I almost sold me. Emery had an incident a couple years ago, similar to me and how I grew up when it came to little girls.
Mhm.
Whereas I know a lot of men be like, yeah, he ain't gay.
Mhm.
Let him, happy. That wasn't my thing. I'm like, this is my baby. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
when some, stuff kind of happened, I was actually heading down the same path that my daddy went down,
Mhm.
where he lost me for a few years.
Mhm.
Um, and I had a good friend of mine, point that out to me. She was like, "Yo, your father did the same thing in this moment, and you was off him for a couple years off of it." I was like, "My God," but I was so mad, so
Mhm.
like embarrassed, hurt, all the above. And I sat outside in the back of. Matter of fact, this was here. This was here in Dallas. I sat outside with my cigar and was like, okay,
Mhm.
because I can't lose my son.
Mhm.
If I lose him, it's gonna have to be something I didn't know.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be something I knew and chose not to do.
Indeed. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, ugh, you got to get me to the. I was like, don't talk. I don't want to. I need. I still. I wish I should have got drunk. That's what I should have did. I should have just went to the bar or something. Because I was tore up, man. But whereas my daddy's generation, all of them, they was like, "This my house, my rules. This what's going on, and that's it. Period. There's no kind of wavering, no nothing. I don't care if you don't get it, and we never talk again. This was, I don't want that.
Right.
So them, him being so structured in that area made me be a lot more lenient and understanding. Well, while at the same time not removing the principle of this is my house, this is what we doing, but being understanding of allowing him to speak. Let's say that they didn't let you do that. You could possibly explain your side when they first ask you. When they first ask, then that's it.
Most of the time, they thought that was a lie too.
They did. That's why that was it.
So.
So there was nothing you could do where we sit like we sit
Right.
around
Right.
during laundry time, folding socks up, throwing them at each other and talking about stuff.
Right.
That's some of the best times that we have, and I let them really talk. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
As I said,
Um,
open platform.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how negatively it impacted me at this point, to be honest. but it has to be something there, right?
I mean,
it just has to be.
I got a
I've listened
question.
to a lot.
The parent that caused you trauma, if you can ask them one question, what would it be?
I don't have any questions for them.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say honestly, I'm at a place now. I'll say it that way. Honestly, I'm at a place now where I understand it wasn't personal. I know without a shadow of a doubt it wasn't personal. Even though it did happen to me, they allowed it. I know it wasn't, oh, let me see how I can mess Emery's life up. And because I know that now, that weight for me has been lifted. In that area, we Gucci completely. We had a rough. My mom and dad's divorce was crazy. That's one huge area of trauma. When back and forth, the rumors, the preacher's family, all that type of stuff. Stealing from the church, they stealing. They got a Cadillac. Didn't know that one of the ladies died and left it to my daddy. But
A lot of he
it's
said,
just
she
what they
said.
do. Yeah. But during that time, and I was really, really devastated with a lot of information. I saw a lot. I was told a lot, and it definitely tore me up. And again, now that I'm older and I didn't stop the process, I truly understand that wasn't their goal. It wasn't to mess me up. Now I did get messed up, and we've had knockdown dragouts about it. That never got resolved, to be honest. Like each conversation, how you were saying you had a couple now. Old folk, they're not moving. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. What's the
They gotta
point?
talk to Ayanla, how you say her name? They gotta
Iyanla.
talk to her.
It still ain't gonna matter.
If they don't talk to somebody like it's not happening. It just don't. So, I kind of learned how to move forward without an apology, which is one of the to this day, even like maybe even harder than burying my daddy, was having to forgive someone who was lying and wouldn't apologize. Not just like didn't know about it, but like, nah, that ain't it. So that's where I'm at. So how about you? What question would you ask?
Why is it so hard for you to accept accountability? Like, do you feel like accountability is gonna break you? Do it feel like it's gonna make you seem weaker? Like, what is the reason for you not being able to fully accept accountability? Now, I know, but well, see what had happened was like none of that. You know what I mean? Just flat out, but I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I'm sorry. I fucked up.
That's
That's
one of
it.
the hardest things for people to do, man.
But that's like why? But it's true. You
I
did.
know. You did
So
it right. I'm not
right,
lying
like
on you did
you
it.
did it. So why not just be like, yo, my bad? Like,
Because so many past hurts and trauma, so many of our issues would be gone if we had a good, honest conversation that ended with a genuine apology. With a heart, that's the fix for most of our stuff. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to do it in any area. Then you got a few who be like, "Oh, I'll do it." But you won't. You don't really know how. Because our goal, for some reason, is to make sure that we're not wrong. So even in the times we are, let me see. Kamisha. Oh, I remember that one time in '86, Kamisha had that shirt on. She just got her boobs, got a new bra.
I
And
remember.
Why did I ask you? You remember? I remember I asked you. Why didn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's all we have to for some. I don't know the exact answer. We have to find that little slither of hope that puts us off the hook.
I guess I always ask the question, what does being right get you? I don't want to be right. I want to be heard. You can have being right. That's not gonna pay me. That's not gonna feed me. That's not gonna take care of me. That's not gonna do nothing for me. So instead of me constantly fighting being right, I more just less want you to hear what I'm saying so we don't have to approach this issue anymore. Because if we approach this issue time after time after time, I'm gonna hop off this train. Oh, this merry-go-round, actually, because I'm dizzy. I don't like throwing up. I don't care who you are. Too much pride and not wanting to be seen as wrong. But if you are, you are. If more than 3 people tell you you're wrong,
it's a good chance, baby.
You're wrong. It's not nobody manipulating nobody. It's not nobody conjuring nobody or telling them how. No, that's how they feel. That's what they told you. That's just what it is. Like, you wrong. And it should be easier to just be like, it should feel good to be like, you know what? You right. I dropped the ball on that. And just now I can continue on. Like, it's just as simple as that. Everybody wanting to be. I just want to know what is gonna get you.
Yeah, we just have to figure out what the roles are that we're trying to play. Because if you're trying to be a good parent, when you're wrong, you're wrong. All right.
And there's no point in apologizing if the situation don't change for anything good either.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You can keep your apology. Like, I don't do apologies. I don't do them for the simple fact that the way they've always been given to me has always been bull. So it's very hard. Like it's hard for me, so it and I'm one that's gonna hold you accountable. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna have a problem with it. I'm gonna enjoy doing it. I'm You said what? But I thought you said she was in Chicago. I did say that. No, you just said she was in Florida. Must be like, no, you was listening too hard. How do one listen too hard? That is hilarious to me when people say that. How how do one listen too hard?
You hear something that wasn't there.
You said what you said when you said it, so you thought I wasn't gonna catch it?
Yeah. No, that's all foolish. You just said what say CW says people treat apologies like free passes.
That's why individuals don't receive them. That right there. That.
Most of the time, apologies are to pacify the complaint. That's the same thing. Yep.
That right
They're
there.
Like, all right, I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's not like I said. Most of our issues, not all, most of them, with a genuine, heartfelt conversation and the heartfelt apology, will be okay. But it's so hard. It's so hard for us to do it. I just apologized to my son yesterday. I just knew this little nigga did it. I knew he did it.
You always.
You hear me? Knew it. And was wrong.
Yeah.
And was like, yo, I'm sorry about that. I thought you did this, that. That it was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't no my bad or
yeah.
I'll take that. No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And then we go back to doing our regular stuff. Soldier Girl says, playing devil's advocate. Sometimes we don't want to let go of the hurt. It validates our reasoning for continuing to stay pissed off. That is 100% true.
That's called emotional manipulation.
Yeah. And a lot of us do it. Some of us do it unknowingly.
That's what that's called.
That happens. That's crazy. Because that, sometimes that pain is comforting. Sitting in that pain is comforting. Because even though it hurts, I'm used to it. And then trying to get healed from it means you have to usually re-break that thing, start up the stuff with family members who's off of it for years now, and bringing it back up is going to turn the whole thing upside down. So they would rather sit in it, in the pain, and stay there versus trying to fix it. There's comfort in there.
Nah, nah. I don't want it.
No,
I
that's
don't
right.
want it at all. I don't want it. But if you're mad and hurt, you're automatically sad. There's sadness within that. There's no way you can be hurt and mad. Like, no, they want to be there so they can have individuals feel bad for them, in my opinion. That, like Emery said, they want to constantly be able to revisit this because within them, they have not dealt with it. I'm not gonna keep that. That's the same, what, beating a dead horse. Like, I
Yeah.
really feel like that's beating a dead horse. My
Yeah.
my horse, the eagle then came and took
It's
the
gone.
buzzard, then took the majority. Ain't nothing left but the tail, the hair. That's all. Ain't there's nothing else. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to stay in that pot of misery. I don't want to stay in that pot of pain. I don't. I want to go to where I'm supposed to go, and those chains will keep you shackled. I'm good on that.
Yeah. I
I'm
agree
good on that.
100%. I agree. But I know there are some folks that really do that though. It's that because then, like, telling that story, I've told people, make the last time you told that story the last time you told that story. Because we like that, telling new people about, how bad life was so we can get that pet. Oh my God,
Now, what was me? Yeah,
Emery, you had it that I would have never known.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like I got I've been to jail a couple times, and when I say that, people be like, "What'd you say?"
yeah,
I don't have to. What up? If it's not a point, if it's no point in it, I don't. I don't. It's me. I don't talk about it unless there's a point to it. I'm not just saying it to, get empathy or sympathy, or so you can know what my life is like. I don't care about that.
hmm,
But I know a lot of people who the same story, and it could be a really tragic one, or it could be a real deal thing. But they've learned as a coping mechanism when they're not feeling loved or feeling appreciated, they can tell somebody new their story, and for a little while, they
get
can
that
get some,
sympathy.
they can get them pats on the back. Ooh, girl, I didn't know. I can't believe you went and you ain't killed nobody. Yeah, all
You're
that
so
stuff.
stupid.
Yeah, that definitely happens.
I ain't got time for it.
So our parental trauma, definitely affects us in our adult lives.
Yeah,
Another subject or point of trauma is our relationship trauma.
yeah.
Even dang, Chia, girl, you was right on it. As soon as I
Mm,
said it, you hit that
mm,
button, girl.
mm, mm.
Let me get a round of applause for Chia. She out here in these streets.
Get it, girl.
Relationship trauma. I feel like, man, now that I'm thinking about, trauma, period, whatever kind, we
Affects.
just try to find that path of least resistance, with what don't hurt, so what won't be so bad. Because I was just gonna start off with the relationship part with the exact same stuff I said about
Mm-hmm.
parental trauma, man, because this was what it is. Like, I'm sure we've all gone through some horrible situations, horrible relationships. We've been the jerk
Mm-hmm.
and we've been jerked around. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And the older we get, we kind of get more stubborn. This is what I want. I'm not moving no more. I'm not. I've tried this. It ain't work. I had a woman tell me the other day she thinks she's gonna be single forever. I'm like, why? She's like, well, because I keep doing this, that, and it's not working. I said, well, let's try this instead of
Mm-hmm.
this, that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta be able to look past where you at and do something different. If the things you're doing isn't getting you what you want, do something different.
But that's what they're afraid of, though. The change.
Yeah.
They rather fail doing the same thing continuously than trying something new. But I don't think people look at it that way. Oh, I'm a fail. What if it don't work? You ain't doing the shit now.
Right.
So it ain't working. It
It
ain't
really
doing
ain't.
nothing now.
Nuh-uh.
So how about you give it a go and then see what it evolves to?
Right.
And that's another thing, though. That's another thing I think our parents mad at us for. I think our parents mad at us for having the balls to step out and do the things that they wanted to do, but didn't really have the cojones to do. That's
Yeah.
that's what I think. I think that's why it's so hard for them to support things. That's why it's so hard for them to, look at it in that way. Soldier Girl
Yeah.
said, I refuse to take relationship trauma to a new situation. It deprived me from finding true love. I miss out. That's not fair to me. It's kind of
I
hard to
think
not take
I was
relationship trauma to the
yeah.
new situation, though.
I think it's really inevitable.
And it may be unconscious, but it happens. It goes because, like, when you say, oh, I ain't gonna deal with that no more, that's taking relationship trauma to the
Right.
new situation.
Or like if you don't pick me up at 7:30 on Friday in 3 weeks, we ain't doing it.
If you gotta schedule a date on that, like, she is hilarious. She said I'm better, though.
I
She
had to
said leave
mess
me
with her. I
alone.
know.
I'm
I know. I
better.
got to get her. But
My
no,
girl doing good.
I do think there's. I don't think there's a real way around it. You can be better at things, but there's some stuff that's just there. If you've been hurt or abused or something, and a man screams at you or he getting loud at you, that's bringing it with you.
Hmm.
If you respond however you respond about it, in most cases that's you bringing it with you. I definitely understand what I think you're trying to say, and you can clarify it for us too, Soldier Girl. um but I don't think it's possible not to. Miss Deadpool says, I'm not afraid of change, challenges, or commitment or competition. Sorry, I'm tired of the bull. Okay, that's
You
what's
should
up.
be able to recognize the bull, though. If you tired of it at this point, you should be able to recognize some of the, bull before it kind of come before you.
Yeah.
And then, are you picking the same yo types? I noticed that too, brother. Like, a lot of women stick with
Hmm.
their types.
For the last, okay, Soldier Girl says, I can keep an eye out for the flags, but I won't make a man pay for the last man's mistakes. I think it's the same thing to
Hmm.
me. I'm not sure if it's a way around it. Not like, oh yeah, because that maybe that sounds, but not like you can't do it, but saying like I'm never gonna make a man pay for the last man stuff. I don't think that's possible. None of it, nothing, like nothing that Earl did back in when he was 17 that broke your heart. Nothing that.
Not Earl.
Who? What was that guy's name? What was the dude's name I was using for Bobby Earl?
Bobby Earl.
No, I mean, because I think we all bring them in different ways. Latoya says the problem is people don't have realistic expectations. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's what I mean. Like saying you don't bring no trauma to the
Hmm.
table is unrealistic to me.
Yeah, a lot of people look at relationships and marriage as this fairy tale, love and hip hop, basketball wives, and that's just not what a real marriage is. It's work. It's not TV. It's work, So a relationship too, for that matter. Like, if you want to be with a person, you just gonna have to learn that person. You're gonna have to accept the stuff that you don't like ultimately, because you ain't gonna never meet a person that you just love absolutely everything about. I don't think so.
It's impossible.
I don't. That means you meeting Jesus.
You might not even like how his beard made.
It might be something. Like, it's just
It
it's
may not connect. They tell me about mine.
I cannot with you. He mad. Um I don't. It's work. It's a lot of work.
Marcus said something above, Mister. I'm gonna call you Marcus. I'm sorry, it's too hard. He was saying, but now our kids say we don't support them. Is this really the same cycle and we're naive? I would say absolutely. I just feel
What you mean
like
though? Not supporting our kid? Like in what way?
he said that the kids will say that.
Oh, oh.
So, like when we were kids, we said it. And you know what I'm saying? Now, maybe ours was truer than what our kids are saying, but I'm sure
I ain't
our
heard kids
parents
like that.
felt like, nigga, please, what you mean I don't
Mm,
support? It's like, it was times where I would have talent shows at the high school,
mm-hmm.
and my daddy wasn't there. He was with them church people or helping at the hospital or, getting somebody out of jail or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't there. But he would say, I made one or I do all this other stuff. They had their
What
justification.
was enough?
Yeah. Like, no, I'm not 100%. But like, no, I'm not 100%, but I have done, things for you and I do support you. And the same for us. We say the same thing. No, I'm not 100%, but I have done stuff for you, stuff like that.
Right, right.
I feel like in that way, Marcus is more so perspective. The, as a kid, you don't know the sacrifices or what's got to happen for mama to get to your games or to your talent shows. You don't know what it takes because this lady's dying and they only want Pastor Ferry to come pray. He's like, man, but my son got, but yeah, but mama finna die though. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. But as a kid, all we see is daddy ain't there. Oh, another instance why he didn't choose me, and that's how a lot of that's how our kids are now. I was talking to the kid's mom the other day. I think I was talking to, I don't know, maybe it was Kenya, whatever, about if we don't do a certain thing for. I remember when Emery was trying to go to school right after he graduated high school. He was like, we need to do this, or because I don't want them to feel like we don't have their back and support them. I'm like, I totally get that, but if that's how you feel, I don't care because it's not true. I do. I mean, I 100% support them, but I'm just not going to do nothing that I don't think is wise.
Mm-hmm.
And if it comes at your uh, expense of you, thinking I don't care, then that's on you. I think it's all about perspective.
All right, y'all, I'm just getting caught up. I wasn't. Toy say, I believe it's that grown people have yet learned to communicate what their needs are. I
Is that
agree, but
about
yeah, this. Huh?
what is that about? Relationships or parenting, Toya?
I thought it was about relationships.
Okay.
I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
No, you might be right on, and I'm wrong.
If you talking about what I think you're talking about as in relationships, I feel like a lot of men tell women exactly what they want and need, but women just don't listen. Maybe women don't listen because they're not capable of achieving that. But if a man comes to you and tell you he don't like hot dogs and eggs, don't serve him hot dogs and eggs for breakfast.
Oh, you ain't had mine. That's what. No, 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 no. You ain't had mine. That's what they say.
So it's like I don't want it. I don't like
But
it. I've never eaten it.
yep.
Stop trying to alter what he needs and wants because you're not capable of fitting those shoes. Move around, shorty, or learn how he like it. Like
Yep.
it's one of the two. Like that's why I love having my brothers around. because they expose me to things that I don't understand about men. I yo, he want to play this video game for about 14 hours. What I need to do?
Yeah.
Boom. You know, like they and it's just now I just let him play the game for 14 hours. That's what he likes to do. If that's what he works. So that if that's his chill time, that's his I'm exaggerating on the 14 hours, but y'all know what I mean.
Obviously.
Like, no, that motherfucker can't play 14 hours though. Lack of support equates to false trauma. These kids be tripping just like we did. We felt our parents didn't understand us and feel the same way. They feel the same way.
That's what I
I
was
think that
saying.
I think they feel that way if you aren't open. Um, like like my son do track. I hate track. Son, I hate track. Mommy a B to a couple, but I don't understand it. Right? He said, "What don't you understand? Why you jumping? Like what is the point?" So he took that time to explain it to me. Okay, so this is how it goes, and we trying to get here, and da 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 da. Da. All right. Now Emery got to be froze.
Nope. I'm just listening.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. How your face just say that way. Like anyway, so it made it more interesting to me once I understood what he was going through. So now I think I've been to a few meets, like, and now I can root. Now I know what I'm rooting for. So maybe if the kid explained to the parent I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if the kid just expressed that they want their parent there.
I feel
Because he
like,
expressed that he wanted us there.
yeah, and y'all came.
We came.
I think, man, we both have. Somebody said earlier, unrealistic expectations. Kids will not understand life from a parental seat.
No, it's impossible.
And even though we've been in a kid seat before, we do not understand it from their seat right now.
Totally different generation.
And that's what's kind of tough because they, you know, like they say, like these they feeling they kids so soft today. Um, but that's a big thing for them. Their feelings, not so much the facts or anything else, just their feelings. And staying how our parents was in this generation means you're gonna lose your kids. You take some of the stuff from there, but we have to adapt to what's going on now. There has to be some sort of compromise, pretty much. We can't just be like, this is it and that's all. Not today, because your kids will leave or they'll get into way worse things. There's so many more avenues for them to, wig out. And my
Seems
daddy
like
in the day,
one wouldn't want to though because they know how that feel. That's the thing that always sparks me.
what you mean, a parent wouldn't want to, or the kid?
A parent wouldn't want to cause that, on their kid. Like because again, like I said, they know how that feel.
Yeah, well, that ain't. I wish that's how that went. Folks do the same. Think about it, man. Like I'm sure your great granny, may have, maybe she had experienced some of the same stuff. Never told nobody, and then did the same stuff to her child. Never said nothing. Did something to her child. Did the same thing. Then never said nothing. Now you did something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know, no, I'm not giving I'm no free pass. A lot of parents they didn't know, man. This trouble. Our parents, if we knew their full story, I feel like we would ease up on them.
I think some.
Yes, some.
Because I know their story.
Yes, some.
So it's like that's why I'm saying because I know your story, I feel like it should have been more on your end because you told me your story. So it's like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. There's deadbeats like that. They were like, my daddy wasn't this, that. And you've seen how it made you feel, and you doing the same thing.
My bad. Marcus say M got them beans on deck though.
Listen to me, sir. I keep smashing them to make myself feel better. Cause they ain't that big when I smash them.
My bad. That caught my eye. That shit was funny.
Where you said that, man? We talking about my jelly beans, man. I'm smashing. I know my mouth all turning sideways. I don't care. Y'all know how I look by now.
Kid said, "Do you think they are soft or do they know how to express themselves?"
Soft.
Who, the kids or the parents?
So she talking about the kids.
My kids know how to express themselves.
Yeah, no, she because I say kids are so soft. No, they're soft because they're more about feelings than facts. I'm not saying they don't have nothing. They definitely know how to express themselves way more than we did, way more than our parents did. But in doing so, I feel like we've overcompensated for our parents not allowing us to speak and express ourselves. We let our kids only do that. And it's too much. And it's like they have to think about too much as children, to me. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have to process what's going on in life, but we've put too much on them to have to work through, to me. Soldier Girl said they're soft as hell. They don't know how to process their feelings. Look at the suicide rates. They know how to talk a lot more now.
I
But
mean,
it's too
yeah.
much for them.
If you constantly got a parent saying, "I don't give a damn, I don't care, oh well, whatever," you're not gonna continue to talk. Let's keep it 100. You're not. You're gonna
That's
feel
true.
alone. You're gonna shut down. You're gonna isolate. You're gonna drug, drink. You're gonna do whatever you can to handle those feelings. So if home is not safe, if home is not a place to where they can express themselves, what? uh, How much can one take? And when y'all saying they soft, they definitely can't take much. So I don't know. I just always like I've always created a play because I never wanted that to be an issue. The suicide thing. Like I knew what I went through. So that's why I guess it's just logical to me to make sure that my history don't repeat itself. If I do go through something, it's gonna be something new, that I haven't experienced within myself. Um, so let's talk. What you need to talk about? You say you're sad. Why you look like that? Man, your energy feel weird. You good? And they know it. Like they try to avoid me if they don't want to talk about it, but I feel it through the door. You good? You ain't say nothing to me today. That's weird. So if a parent don't care, then that child is gonna feel like no one else does. It's up to us to create something to where they know, all right, we can go somewhere where they understand, okay, well, and it shouldn't be like that. Like the kid said, home should be a safe haven, but it's special, sometimes it's not. Sometimes home is the worst.
Yeah. I think even with it being a safe, like a safe haven, is a safe haven for me isn't carte blanche to do whatever and say whatever and feel however. My goal as a parent is to equip you on how to manage your feelings, on how to handle when things ain't going right, and how to, because you still have a job to do. You can't cry about everything that goes wrong. You can't make a whole dissertation about how they treat you at your job. That's why I say soft, because they can't process it right. Which, to an extent, they really shouldn't have to. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like it's too much for kids to have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like we've given them too much. They've hear us talking on the phone in the other room to our ex-girlfriend or talking about their ex-girlfriends. We try to be out of their face. But then, none of these walls in nobody's house is soundproof. They hear you talking and they hear you arguing and they hear the sly stuff you say to you about your people. You know what I'm saying? We've put so much. And then they also see mama crying all the time. Or they see daddy abusing.
Man.
They see that plus what they've heard And then the lessons you give as you're crying, you don't ever let a man, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? That's all that they're seeing. They have to process all that, plus how they feel at school. If because girls have a lot more, stuff in that way than we do. When it comes to looks and their hair got to be, all the girly stuff. No, this just girly stuff. Dudes don't really have as much, but you got all of that plus, all of that plus how the stuff you have to process about your mama and them and her relationship. I feel like it's too much.
Before we read that one, Mr. said, I think kids have too much access to their parents. We didn't know where our family or parents were at any given moment. We just said she at work, # too close.
Man, that's funny though.
Right. What I wanted to say about that is sometimes I feel like it's the parent fault for these trackers, these phone trackers. Like, you tell me where you going, send me the address. We don't need to have these track locators on our phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, just send me the address to where you are. I don't I just I don't believe in those apps. I just don't. I feel like they're weird. I feel like, they're capable. And I wanted to read that one before
No, you good.
Before Latoya's, because it kind of played into it. I've seen a lot of parents are more concerned with being their child's friend instead of their parent.
Yes. And they mask that with, I just want to make sure they're whole and that they have no, I'm not, this is not to you, Kia. But I do feel like people do to make sure that everything is safe in a way that makes it feel like we're trying to be their friend more than their parent.
I think it just comes with for me, it comes with the personality of your child and how you got to move to be there for your child. I do feel like I'm my kid's friend, but I'm mom first and foremost. Period. They know what boundaries not to cross, and when I say friend, I mean they can come to me and talk to me. They know I'm gonna be there for them. And I feel like in being a parent, you are a friend. Like when you and the boys go out and hang out, they know not to disrespect. They know how to, but y'all know how to have fun together. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you're not always in dad mode as far as discipline, as far like you know how to let your hair down and have fun and just give them a good time. So I think a lot of people kind of blur the line of friend, in my opinion. That's what I think.
I think there should be a separation from child to friend. I do know a lot of people who have made their kids their friend or their little man.
When y'all say friend, do y'all mean like sit up and talk to them about the things that they're going through and
just about the stuff that the parent
that the parent is going through? Right. Yeah. I don't do that.
Yeah, no, I there are plenty.
Right.
Plenty of people that do it. Men and women. I think I've probably seen more, don't matter. Yeah, people do it, and that's where, because it's like out of everybody who's come and gone for some of these women, boys in and out, men in and out, the one constant is their kid, and they look to that as if this is why you're my friend. I've seen so many, my kid is my best friend post, and it gets so much sympathy from other women. But I don't think your kid should be your friend until they're your friend. They're a dependent. You ought to be able to talk to them. Of course, you ought to be able to have fun and laugh and joke with them. But as a kid, not as a friend, because a friend can tell you about you. Just like you tell them about them in the same exact way. That's what my friends do. My friends got bills. My friends have experienced life. We have something in common. If you are my dependent, you're my child, you're my kid. So I don't, at least in my house, I don't, after Emery's gone, Emery's 18 already. After he's gone, our relationship would definitely change
Of
towards
course.
something, you know what I'm saying, towards a little more towards the friendship way. But I don't want him as a. I'm never gonna. I'm
But you
not gonna.
can't parent. You can advise him, but you
Yeah,
can't
it changes.
parent an adult child of yours. It's
It
impossible. You
changes to
can't do
coaching.
it. You feel what
It
I'm
changes to
saying?
coaching.
So again, like we don't sit up and talk about I when I say friend for me, I don't mean sit up and chop it up about what I'm going through with my husband or what I talk to. I don't do that. I mean more of keeping an open foundation for them to be comfortable to talk to me about whatever they're going through mentally or, whatever the case is. I'm a parent. I'm mom, period.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
what I am. Boundaries are created. Respect is given, but I do create an open platform for them to speak their feelings. I don't shut them down because I'm mama. I don't
yeah,
I don't just go about it because I'm mama. But mind you, I have adult children.
yeah.
So,
But I don't think that makes them a friend because you allow them to speak.
but I think a lot of people blur those lines though. That's what I'm saying. Why you let your child say that to you? Where I'm looking at it like she just told me that the way I said such and such hurt her feelings. But the individual that was on the phone with me at the time felt like that was inappropriate for her to say as my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't. Okay, it hurt your feelings. All right, but
I
that don't
understand that.
mean
I don't.
I'm. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I ain't mean it. No. I okay. Like it is what it is.
Yeah. Atlanta Carcast Network says parent, a father or a mother, an ancestor, precursor, or progenitor. What is that? Man, what are you talking about? Help us out. Do you understand it?
Is that the definition of parent? Yeah. Parents, a father, a mother, an ancestor, precursor, a progenitor, a source, an origin, or cause.
Okay. Okay. I'm not. All right. There we go. There's a definition for somebody who didn't know what parent was, I guess.
I think that's for the individual. Oh no. Like I said, I think parenting is, you know, what you do with one kid, you definitely can't do with the next. So as far as the respect aspect, I'm good with it. We good over here.
Yeah, no.
Like,
So I didn't know that you considered your kids your friend, but like yours ain't there. Yours is a couple. They're older and grown. I didn't know that was your thoughts as well. I was speaking just because I don't get down like that.
well, when I that's just something. Like I said, I don't have kids in my house like that. Like my kids are grown, so we kick it, we chop it, we hang out. You know, I don't drink with them. I don't party with them like that. So I guess maybe I'm using the wrong word.
Maybe,
Maybe I'm using the wrong word because it's
maybe
some things that I don't do with them that, as you said, friends would do that I
that's what
don't
I'm
do.
saying. That's
So
like
maybe I'm
my
using the wrong word.
friends. My friends can cuss at each other. We cuss at each other,
No,
laughing or serious. My kids will never listen.
we don't do that.
But
Laughing
then
or serious.
But I don't think it's a bad thing for you not to be their friend. Like, how me and my kids get
Them
down.
my
We definitely
dogs.
do. They're
Them
my
my ride or
dudes. Like,
dies.
for
Them my
real, for
dogs.
real. Like, we have a great time, but we have a great time father to son. I don't see that as a bad thing. I think
I don't.
maybe the word, maybe, I'm daddy or I'm the parent puts too much authoritativeness on it for some people, and they want to even the playing field. I don't know. I'm not their friend. They got friends. They talk to me about a lot, but there's some stuff they don't.
I agree. There are boundaries,
They
but
definitely
we
ain't
we
telling
do chop
me
it.
every detail of their little girlfriend or every little detail of what's going on in their life. They definitely have other friends who they talk to. They have some of my friends who they call uncle, who they can talk to about some stuff that they don't tell me. And then the uncles don't come back and tell me word for word what's up. You know, like, but the friend.
So maybe I'm using the wrong word, yeah. But them my ride or daughters though. Like them my dogs, all three of them. Like real talk. Like we laugh, we joke, we have an amazing time. But no, they don't cuss. They don't, so there are boundaries. I'm mom, period. So I'm using the wrong word.
Maybe. I mean, this is just us talking.
I'm using the one, and I'd be 100. Maybe I'm using the one. I'll take that. I'm using it because I wish a nigga would. I punch him so hard in their mouth. But oh, he gave the definition of friend.
A friend, yeah.
A person attached to a person attached to another by feelings of affection, of or personal regard. A person who gives assistance, patron, supporter, friends of the Boston Symphony. A person who is on good terms with another. A person who is not hostile. Who goes there? Friend or foe? A member of a same nation party.
All right. There we have it.
Those kind of like they made the definition of parent is just like like there is no wiggle, there is no, it's just like, but then the definition of friend, it's kind of like all over the place, if you will.
Yeah, because there's clear how they're describing it. There's a couple different ways to call somebody a friend. Like, are you friend or foe? Don't necessarily mean like homie friend. Like, are you cool or not cool? That's what Yeah, whatever. I think we have a pretty good grip on what we consider a friend. How you look at your friend, like you name your friend, your best friend. Do you and your best friend move like you and your kid? And if or like a regular friend. There's some parents that go out with their kids. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but I still feel, so for me, I don't do it, but for me, there's got to be a separation. I can't.
Let me ask you this. Is it like that because fathers feel that a child can blur lines and disrespect him, so they just keep it there to never even waver? Okay.
I told you a week or two ago, respect is it. Right. For most men, I know for me, that's number one. You can respect me over love me. That's genuine. I mean that. And if you're under any influence, you can, especially if you're drinking, that's liquid courage. So you may say something you've been always trying to say, and you're gonna have to get dealt with. Mr. said makes you think oftentimes we redefine words.
They do. That's what I was saying. I understood why you put it up there, because a lot of people definitely.
Yeah.
I'm never clubbing with my son. That's where things get blurred. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, but there's some that do, some that will, and then there's some that don't and won't. I don't necessarily know if there's a wrong. I do feel like if they in your house, they ain't your friend. If you still paying for them, they ain't your friend.
Right.
Now, however, after y'all get out and do whatever you gonna do, then y'all, relationships may change. But that's a whole. I just feel like this is our job. Like you need your own friends. Them and us. They need their own friends. We need our own friends. I'm gonna love you like crazy. We gonna hook up. We gonna cook. You need something. You can talk to me. Get stuff off your chest. You can tell me what I've done to hurt you. All of the above, as my son, though, and that's how I got to look at it. I did want to transition over to the last subject for tonight, which is sexual. She's on it. sexual trauma. I feel like there's a bunch of it that's happened. How do you think sexual trauma affects the dating life right now? Not yours, but just in the overall.
I think that women don't have a regard for themselves because of their sexual trauma. I think
Wow.
they look at sex as love versus the opposite because the sexual trauma was so misconstrued, you know what I'm saying, and delivered as love in a sense to where that's what they equate it to.
Yeah. I know sexual trauma can be, it comes in a bunch of forms. I don't think it's always, well, I know it's not always like abuse or rape or something like that. Um, there is an area of trauma that men kind of go through that I've never, I brought it up to a couple men and they were like, man, yeah, but I've never heard anybody really talk about it. Where men are very visual people when it comes to sex, especially. But not only are we visual, we like to be touched as well. We like to be aroused. It's not always just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am type of situation. There are those types of situations, but they're not always. I do know.
That was funny.
Oh, that was Margaret. I'm like, what is happening?
That look on your face was hilarious.
I'm like, man, I'm on my computer, nigga. Anyway, no, but I forget where I was at, Marcus. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
You was just speaking on something that happens
Oh,
to
that man goes, okay, there we
mm-hmm.
go. Thank you so much.
Oh, well.
No, it's just, it's, because men are expected to be ready. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for sexual activity. And if you're not, you kind of get a little, a bad name, I'll say, if you're not. And they're like, what are you doing? I want a man that's ready and not one of them help me get it hard type of guy. It was funny because I saw this like a couple months ago, that one of those memes that said like, I want a man that's all ready for me when I walk in the door type of thing versus having to help him get ready for me. It was funny. I was like, oh, I've experienced that a time or two. And so I was talking to some men about it, and, and they was like, man, yeah, this one chick, she made me feel like I wasn't nothing, like I was something, like it was something wrong with me. And I'm like, man, I was like, that kind of happened to me too. It made it feel like there was something wrong, like my stuff ain't, I ain't up to par or whatever per se, because I'm not ready for her in that moment. But I'm like, man, I know for a fact with another woman, I ain't never had that issue. So is there something different going on? Then you look at the differences. What is this girl doing that this one's not? This one over here is all in. This one over here is, talking to you, foreplay, kissing, building up that moment. The other girl was used to Bobby Earl coming through, bending over the counter and leaving. So in the build up, there is no build up. It's just
Right, right,
like, you
right,
here, let's do it.
right,
What's wrong? What's wrong? Why you ain't? And
right.
because sex is so hard for us to talk about, men and women, like what you like, what you don't like, whatever. It's so hard to talk about. Men will just take it on the chin. You're like, you know what? Don't even worry about it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We'll find our little easy way out versus trying to have to deal with it. Because, in most cases, I'm sure there's stuff wrong with some people sexually. You need some help in some areas, but for the most part, I do feel like if you're engaging back and not just getting crashed, that man will desire you just like you are. You're ready for him.
Let me address this statement or this post first. When I look back at it, I think I was promiscuous due to the sexual trauma. I didn't take sex or relationship serious, which is why I was able to have casual sex at a young age. I agree 100%. 100%. Like 100%. Didn't care about it. You said you slept with me? Nah, bro, I slept with you. 100%. Emery. If a female comes to that situation and don't necessarily want to or know how to start it off, it's exactly because Bobby Earl did what he had to do and just left her sitting there. So I think a lot of times it definitely goes deeper. You know, a lot of women put a lot of power into sex, you know, a lot of control into sex, you know. Um, so she ain't got time to wait because she don't really want to give you that anyway. That's not what she want. She want the D and that's it. She don't want that cuddle time, that work up time, that for she don't want that. That's like a waste of time to her. You feel what I'm saying? It's like she just really want to get straight to it. And it's unfortunate that the guys, I guess it's the same as when a female gets sexually abused, you know, in a sense, and she feel like it's her. You know what I mean? And then the guys feel like it's something with them versus the individuals that's causing the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you're right. No one really talks about that. Like a lot of men just kind of look over it.
Sex is so hard. Like chicks don't really get it. It's like if y'all are in the moment and y'all about to get it going, and then she be like, "Wait a minute, let me go to the bathroom or whatever." That man ain't just sitting there the whole time waiting. You know what I'm saying? So if you know how I'm not trying to be too graphic, but sometimes it does happen. I'm telling you, when I was bringing this up,
all the time it's happening unless he took some
kind of gas station pill.
Real talk.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. But when I was talking to, I'm telling you, I've experienced this as well. But I've talked to men who have, this is a traumatic thing. They would have never ever said it out loud. Like I didn't even think about it until I was looking at that meme, laughed. But I was like, I'm laughing a little too hard. I had to do my thing. Like, why is this so funny? And but so many men have dealt with things like this because our goal, a man's goal is to try to get it. So that's another reason why men will say whatever they want. They think a woman wants to hear. Not saying it's right at all, but that's why. Because our thing is to chase. Y'all have to allow us to. You know what I'm saying? Now things have kind of changed here recently when it comes to women just giving. Now, don't move her post. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Things have definitely changed though, to where now a lot of women, have given the power to men. It's weird, but it happens. But there's so many traumatic things that men have, had to experience when it comes to sex, and it, makes them second guess themselves, or something's got to be wrong with me. There may be, but then again, there may not be. She's just not giving you what you need. Because I know for me, and a lot of men who even act like they're not. Our love language is physical touch. I remember before I got to Shay, when I got to Shay, my kid's mom, I wasn't like I said, I've never been a thug, but I didn't like to be touched. Not like rubbed on, don't touch me. Just not like that. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But she was that type. She was like, I don't care what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it really unlocked. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I've been missing out on this all my life. No lie. And and I do feel like a bunch of us are like that. Even still, some of them haven't been broken. Like Shay just wasn't stopping. She was like, "Nigga, you finna get these hands."
Because that was her love language, also.
Yeah, and she probably knew my big old self liked it, and just I don't know what it was, she probably knew. But yeah, so many of us that is our love language, and some of them don't even know that's their love language. They don't even know per se. Before I go too far. Soldier Girl said, with that being said, a lot of men's love language is physical touch, but a woman I didn't read this before I started.
You want me to take?
But a woman is a whore. No, a woman is a whore if she advances him, knowing that's what he desires beforehand. What gives? Yeah. I think you spot on again. She advances him, knowing what's the desire beforehand. Yeah.
But I think that's a cover-up, sis. Like, that is just a complete cover-up for him to be able to do what he want to do and keep you from doing what you want to do. And I'm just talking about the male species, period, versus the female. She said a lot of men's love language is physical touch, but a woman is a whore if she advances him knowing that's what he desires.
Yeah.
So how is she a whore if that's what he wants ultimately? Like, that's the double standard.
Oh, yeah, double standard. Yeah, okay. No,
like, that's what he wants. She cool with it. We consenting adults. Let's get it. Why is it that she's looked at, or it's interpreted as her being right? Like, that is so annoying to me.
Yeah. That's a double standard. It is. It's a plain out double standard. But it won't go anywhere.
As far as relationship?
No, I'm saying that stigma will never go anywhere.
I agree. Never. It's never gonna die.
Yeah. I really don't think it's a bad one to have, or maybe I'm saying that because I'm on the opposite end of it.
I think so.
Yeah. But it's sad because you guys have to allow it to happen for the most part. I'm not saying abuse or rape, but sex is like you are allowing us in. Almost every guy's gonna try for it. If you walk around them, he's gonna try. But you choose someone, and there's so sex from a woman used to be their highest gift. If you give them some kids, that was precious to women. Even though men was always trying, it's not fair. This is always how it's been. And so if you give it to so many people like a guy would do, that is now perverted.
But I'm supposed to be okay with you doing it.
No, you're not supposed to be. Y'all, it feels like the biggest concern is that there is a name for y'all, whore. And that whore don't bother men at all. You know what I'm saying? Because there's girls talk about, there's plenty of girls that won't date a man that's busy.
And you got some that thrives off of that one that got 17 others.
Yeah, and don't care.
So it's like, I don't know, ladies. Y'all tell me, is it the name or is it the fact that it's not equal?
It may be.
I'm asking the ladies in the audience.
Yeah, who knows? Let's see what they say. I just know because like we're not equal in that area. Like y'all, we have sex with who we can. Y'all have sex with who you want to.
I got y'all.
It's not equal.
Me and him did not talk about this.
Well, that's funny.
Me and him did not talk about that.
No, it's just a real thing.
I don't understand the difference. That's just me though.
There is though. Like if we could sleep with who we wanted to, We always would. There would be no quote unquote ugly baby mamas.
I can't
I'm
stand
saying
you.
quote unquote because that's beauty is subjective.
No, if you ugly inside, you ugly outside.
Man, that's funny. But no, but it's not the same because like I said, y'all allow it. Y'all can say yes. Where we have to fight, we have to pay, by the dates. That's one of the reasons why men been getting tired of it. Because that's how it used to be. Like it was more simple. It wasn't like you're gonna date 7 guys in a week. How it is now. Like girls will go out to eat with somebody for no reason, or get a couple drinks and eat with nothing happening. And back in the day when that was a real thing, that was the first means to leading you to sex. If it happened that first day or not, that was your investment, quote unquote, into having sex. But now it's just like, oh, to take me to, Fogo de Chao, not on the lunch special day where it's $28.
I can't.
Take me on the real day when it's $45 a piece.
That's okay. Kids at 44, I don't look at women as whores if they go for what they want, unless you are getting paid for sex.
Me neither. Where's that at? Put that on that thing. Let me read that again. I want to see the words. Yes, Lord. At 44 hours. Yep. No, I feel like that word is like high school. Like it shouldn't bother people as much as it did there to me.
I don't care about the word. It's the double standard for me.
You talking about? Oh yeah.
I can care less about the word. You can call me what you want. Just call me when you're ready.
It shouldn't matter. That's funny.
Kenya said not equal. For men, vaginas don't have faces or numbers.
Facts.
For some women.
But you said some. For some women, it don't.
Y'all, it's some men that are so particular and so what's the word I'm looking for?
Anal?
Not necessarily anal, but selective. Some men that are so selective with themselves, just as women are. Every man ain't finna just go and just give himself to everybody. That's not true. Like some men really do value what they give a woman. So that's why I say, like, I feel like it's kind of looked at, with one eye open, one eye closed sometimes. Some women don't care about numbers, faces, height, weight. Some women don't care. Some women just want to rock off and keep it moving. Just to me, I don't see a difference to me. But I also don't. Whatever.
Yeah. No, I think it's a difference because like we're to at least like you say, for me, we're in pursuit of it. You guys get to allow it. That's the biggest difference. We're going for it. If you say yes, we good. If you say no, and some men, this is another part of the subject, but that's a whole thing where men can't take a no. They feel like you're supposed to do it. Times and how weird is that? Like a girl can't tell you no. You ain't her type without you calling her all out her name and disrespecting her. But that's one of the reasons, because they feel like I've done enough, whatever they did. If they was just talking to you or took you out for drinks, whatever. Yeah, they feel like that's enough because they've done that with countless other people, and you should be on the same wavelength. I think
Bernicia
that's
said, not equal. Soldier Girl said, it doesn't bother me. I'm the blessing. If he can't see that, that's on him. I just think all the mind games are crazy. Bernicia said, so because a woman knows her worth, it's a problem. No, it's not a problem. I wasn't talking about her knowing her worth. I was saying how some women look at sex the same way some men do. They don't value it. They just do it. You know what I'm saying? Some men know their worth just as some women know their worth. You know what I'm saying? But you got both sides. Like, period. You're not gonna put every man in a barrel and he just gonna screw anything without a face and build up his number. And it's the same. It's the same on both sides. Kid said, true, some men aren't for the streets. Then Kid said, I care about the clean STD history, period. And some people don't even require that.
Yeah.
you know, like some women who know their worth don't even go to the point of, like Soldier Girl said, that STD facts. Like, let me get at it. Let me see it. And I don't know why you would be embarrassed to ask them for it. You not gonna be embarrassed to walk around with you?
Just don't think about it.
Man, come on. You got to though. Like you got to. So no, you got to know your worth. Some just don't care. But it is unfortunate that men feel, you know, that it's their fault versus what that lady or you know that female have been through.
Well, because you know, like I said, there's so many stigmas attached to sex because we don't talk about it, which is also why so many men just go right to this, and then they want to talk about you. Why are you doing that? I ain't no jackrabbit or whatever they want to say. But it's like if I don't go in there and beat your stuff, almost went there. If I don't go there from the gate, you gonna be like, I ain't done that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't done nothing. You know what I'm like. So that all that stuff is all in a man's head, like, and it, you know, because sex is so it's way more mental than we talk about. Even for men, of course, there's plenty times when it's just like, oh, it's time. That's it. We ain't got to talk. This is what it is. But that's just not every single case. That's what that's my thing. There are times when I asked the woman, when I was doing my little research in this little area, I'm like, when was the last time you kissed a nigga on his neck? What you mean? I don't know about doing all that. I said, okay, then you're gonna keep getting what you get. I mean, and I'm not even saying that even all men require that. I'm just like, what is it only wham bam? Like, is that your life?
No, but see, that's why you here to let the women know that the majority of the men do require that. The majority of the men do want to feel wanted, not just to pay bills, not just to protect you, but he wants to know that, hey, she missed me too. Like that post you made earlier, about putting the phone down versus looking up, giving a nod, saying what up or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
like I had to check myself about that because there's been plenty of times in the past where I've been on TikTok or whatever and look up and be like, what up? You know, now I'm consciously aware to close my phone, give him just that quick kiss, hug. Hey, babe, I'm happy you home, you safe. Now I'm finna go to TikTok time, you know. But I acknowledged him coming in. So men are big babies. Like they want to be loved. They want to know that they're wanted versus needed. You know, same as us, y'all. Y'all know what it is, but I ain't know my big fellas felt like that though. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I've definitely talked to. I don't want to give no names, and someone might be on here tonight too. I was like, you know, I'm just asking them. I was like, hey, yo, have you ever experienced this? They like, man, yeah, actually. You know, like, but everybody said yes. I only asked about 4 or 5 guys.
That's enough, though.
But that is though. Like
that's enough.
Nobody's in the same circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They in different states and everything. I was just like, wow, like.
Question, brother.
Yeah.
Did y'all let it be known that y'all like that type of stuff though?
No. That's
okay.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't talk about sex. No, that's one of the. It's such a taboo thing for some reason. I mean, I don't anymore. I can talk now.
Gotcha.
But it's a taboo thing to, you know, to do it. And then you even have some who are just forceful and mean about it. Like, you gonna do it this and this ain't rocking. It's like you putting like unwanted pressure on the guy. And it's not like he's necessarily insecure, but we know like the trick that worked on Shay, it won't work on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not a guarantee that's just how it's gonna go. So if you got your stipulations, so you know, so start, he got to be this, he got to be this, he got to be wide, got to be 9 inches, he got to, you know, you got to pay the bills or whatever your thing is. Niggas looking at you like, if I want it, I'm just getting it and I'm getting up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go for it, I'll play the part. Which is what I was saying earlier, because we'll do it. And then if it's something I want and you trying to make me wait the little 30, 90, 60 day, whatever the little things be, I'll even stick around a little bit till I get that, and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Not me personally. I'm a good Christian boy.
I can't.
I'm talking about some of these niggas I was talking to this week.
I cannot.
No, man, it's a horrible cycle. It really is, because there's so much unspoken pressure that men have about sex that we never even talk about. It's like
That's
I said,
why
it's
here.
mental. It's so
we
mental.
need to know this stuff. Like, a lot of women don't really know, because apparently a lot of men don't talk about it. They try to make it seem like, it's okay, or they don't need it, whatever. I know it, I guess, because I've been with them for so long, and it's the head rub, like scratch my back, rub my head, like put me, like that's
in there.
It's no, it's enough, because y'all will allow it to go on until y'all fall asleep. If she stop, y'all gonna wake up, be like, "You good?" Like, why you stop? Like, so it's
my arm tired, nigga. Leave me alone.
Right. Fingers all cramped up. Like, yo, enough. But that's why you're here. You're here to help us understand, what our men need, what we're lacking in that department. Because some women think it ain't important. Some women really don't care.
And those are who I'm talking to. It's the people that seem like, that make it seem like, well, you ought to be just ready, but baby, you're not Hallie. Let's be real. You ain't B. You're not. As much, and I know, especially black women. coming for y'all. Every one of y'all on this post right now think y'all is the best on the planet, and it's because the old niggas keep coming back, keep trying or whatever, or people who cried in it or whatever. I don't know, but so that's kind of that kind of thinking. It's really not healthy, because number one, it's not the best. Like the stuff you do, for the most part, it's everybody. I'm not trying to bust no bubbles. It's your sex is sex. You're not doing much different from the next chick, for the most part. Which is why dudes will go to Bonquisha, because we need that itch scratched. It ain't so much, Bonquisha is an ex. She probably think her stuff is amazing because I keep coming back, but she's easy enough to keep coming back too. She don't put up much of a fight. I don't gotta take her nowhere. I can just be like, yo, it's been a while, what up? And we in there. But she thinking, I got this nigga keep coming back. Da, 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 da. And like, again, I'm not trying to bust nobody bubble like their stuff ain't great or whatever, or the men stuff is all amazing. Just putting things in perspective, because I know y'all don't think on the other side. It's only what y'all see coming in for the most part. And that's just not always the case, man. Men go through a lot of stuff when it comes to sex. Mentally, before we get there, like, am I doing too much? Should I do a little bit more? You know what I'm saying? Men, and we don't talk about it. I don't think I've ever, maybe once, but I can't even really remember if I've ever had this conversation before this past week. There's a bunch of stuff, man. We are trying to, like I said, you want to make sure you're good. Like, do I need to ask? Do I need to make sure I get my rubbers? Do we need them? Is she gonna be cool with it? Does she need the STD facts, like she said? It's so much, all that stuff. Look, kids say, "I am
lies.
the bomb." I know.
Bomb.
I'm telling you, I know.
Right. What she called it, Vernisha? She called it the BPW, didn't she?
Did she for real?
I'm telling you, and it's a walk.
Now that walk, listen. Now we can change the subject there, because you got a good walk. Because we are visual. Man, that's so simple though. Like, I mean,
I agree.
You know what I mean? But it's not like we're not like, I don't know, dumb. I can't think of the other word. But we are simple. It doesn't take much, but it does take something. And too often, so not won't say too often, but it's happened to where men are now second guessing themselves. Like, maybe something wrong, and then they go get checked and spend all this money at the doctor, and ain't nothing happening. when if that woman showed you some kind of affection before y'all got in, because like I was like it happened. Like this other chick, it don't, she ain't tripping. Like every time I'm with her, we there. So maybe it's something there that you ain't doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't talk about it. We never gonna put it up in her face. You don't want her to feel bad, but even though she's making you feel bad, it's a weird look. And I'm sure girls go through the same thing. Sometimes y'all be like, this nigga ain't doing nothing. Mm-hmm. But you don't necessarily want to hurt his feelings. But you need to probably, so.
Okay, so Kia said, I'm kissing. No, Soldier Girl says sexual trauma plays out as fantasies in the bedroom. Also for some. I agree. I agree. Kia said, I'm kissing Bay on the neck, nose, bald head. I'm rubbing his hand. His love language is physical touch.
All right, we don't need the bald head part.
Kia said, lies. I am the bomb. I am the bomb. Lies. I am the bomb. You always blocking Kia. Forever. Renisha say, I do not agree. What you don't agree with Jasmine? Italian Pink said it's true. Guys do have a lot on their plate to think about. Yeah, and they don't have the capacity of maintaining a full plate. Like they don't. No. It's too much. They become.
We'll be like, we get it off, and then Bonquisha don't give us all that stress. Let me stay over here with her.
I'm so tired of Bonquisha, y'all. Y'all just don't understand.
She out here.
Soldier Girl said some should stop talking ish and come up short.
Oh, she talking about with men in the bedroom? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm thinking.
Some should what, Soldier Girl? Help us out. Renisha, what you talking about? Indeed. What is you talking about?
She talking about Jasmine. Ronice said yes, BPW. I loved it. Like the show was amazing. The song.
What is the BPW? What is it?
It was so.
Oh, big. Is that what I'm thinking there? Let me text on the side right
here. Yeah, that's yeah.
All right. You just tell me if I'm on or if I'm off. Yes, Soldier Girl, help us out though, because I want to know exactly what you're talking about. Some should wear.
What did I do, yo?
Oh. You didn't probably send it to your family group chat.
Oh, that was so funny.
Oh, I did something like that the other day. I was dropping off a friend of mine, and I had a cigar. I was taking a picture of so I can send it to my brother, and I sent it in my church praise team.
Oh no!
Thread, man, that was so funny.
That's so funny, yeah.
Players mess up.
I know that's right.
Are you stuck?
I am. All right. Sorry, y'all.
All right.
My phone locked.
Soldier Girl, some men need to stop playing themselves up. Oh, and they're a disappointment in the bed. Have 1,000 excuses. Thank you. Yeah, that definitely happens too. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but what I'm talking about tonight is the other part that never gets talked about. We talk about that. Y'all talk about that often. I want to talk about the other part. We've had enough of that. Not enough, but the other stuff that needs to be talked about, we don't really want to address. We want to jump right in on that. Yeah, dudes talk a lot. Girls talk a lot too.
Hell, you know, tit for tat. I don't know. Let me shut up. Italian Pink say, I think it depends how long of a relationship you are in and communicate what you like and want both sides. Different relationships give different stuff.
Yeah.
I agree. Like Because some men probably don't like to be touched.
Yes, there are some.
If he tell you he don't like to be touched, then he might not be okay with you still intruding his space and touching him anyway. And then in turn, that's gonna hurt your feelings because you're gonna then feel rejected. So that's when I say women just don't listen to men. You know what I'm saying? Like they should. Bernicia said, "Whose fault is it if the man won't speak up?"
The man. In that instance, if a man is getting rubbed on and don't like it, then he blow up or whatever happens. It's his fault for not saying nothing. Now, I do feel like the woman should have some kind of discernment to be able to see how the man. Y'all really get so much more power than I think y'all are aware
Realize.
of. I
Yep.
swear to you,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
But if you're not on it or you're not in it with him, like in the moment, in the, you know what I'm saying, you will miss it. So ultimately, it's his fault for not saying nothing. And I'll just leave it at that. It's his fault.
This has been amazing. This was really good. Apparently, I needed a little bit of help. I ain't even know it.
It's fine. Listen here. You got to
Thank
do it
y'all.
sometime.
That's why we here. We keep it 100. Like it is what it is. You get what you get. I'm gonna read this last one. Not wanting to be touched should be addressed during the screening process. Then she would know he's not worth her effort. I ain't
But
gotta say,
dang,
I ain't gotta say cut him off because he don't want to be rubbed, dubbed.
I know. Why you got to be? He's not worth her effort. No, he just don't like to be touched.
Like he probably don't
Jesus
really
Christ.
understand the power of touch. Like Emery didn't understand the power of touch until he received it.
And didn't. That was good. That was good. I don't care what y'all say. That was good. And didn't.
But when he received it, now he know moving to the next relationship. If she bring that to him, he all right, cool. Like I like that. I'm okay with that. So oh my God, that was so funny.
What you talking about, Marcus? Inside story. I tell you how she used to do it. So I know I don't want to. It is what it is. It's long. It was like 02. This was 2002. 20 years ago.
You oh.
I know. So let me see. Okay, so like we would be just like sitting there on the couch, not even like having sex, nothing like that. Just watching TV, and she'd like put her hand on my leg or something. I'd be like, I look over like, okay, Then I find a way to move it off. Oh, like I'm stretching or something. I had to get up. I would do that a lot, and then she was like, "I want to give you a massage." So when I say a massage, I know what I want to do when I give you a massage. So I'm hoping that. So I take it, because I'm hoping for
The happy ending.
happy ending. Yeah, man, happy ending. And she was just running to give me a massage. What is this? Get off me, nigga. I gotta let you touch me for 30 minutes, rub on me and carry on. Like, and I'm literally like, sitting there like, just wait. It's coming. Just stay there, relax, just enjoy it. And then then after, me and Shay we were married, so after Nate, okay, after sex sometimes I had to make sure, man. After sex, she'd be like, "You want to rub?" At first I'm like, I'm hot. That was my first. That's number one go to. I'm hot. Back up, And then so I'm getting back in the bed though. No, you ain't hot no more. And I'm like, God, she's still doing it, right? So, but then there was one time she wasn't touching me. I was like, ma'am, where you at? And I didn't even realize. I don't even know when it switched or where it switched. But I know from then on, you better be touching on me.
Such a girl said, I prefer not to be an experiment.
So the girl, what you say?
I prefer
As far
not to be
as
an experiment. The screening process, like and like he not worth her efforts.
oh, okay. I don't know. I think everybody is though, right?
I mean, especially when you meeting and starting something new, like I don't
I
know.
think.
It, you trying to figure out if you like it. If
Yeah,
that,
it's an experiment. You know, everybody don't have everything hammered out that they like 100%. I don't know.
Italian girl said something. I mean, Italian Pink said something earlier. She said she liked to grab her man butt, and some men don't like. My husband would probably elbow me if I did that.
You're gonna get elbowed every time.
He said if you don't move, I'm a mule kick you. That's how he always said. So yeah, like every man ain't finna rock. Mine ain't definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, don't touch nowhere in this era.
Yeah, just gonna leave it where it's at.
uh, yeah, she said shit, and then Italian Pink said, yeah, and guys need to stop handling themselves so much. It makes them last not as long, which sucks.
Oh, as far as beating off,
My,
can I say that? Oh well, I said
I
it.
think we can say what we want.
Yeah,
He
that actually
better be
makes sense.
ready to go 3 more times then. I mean, I think you need to get one that ain't into it. Cause if that's an issue for you, try to involve yourself. So it's y'all.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But if you have the conversation first, you know what the boundaries are. I don't like going into situations blind. But you're not gonna know everything though. Is you a control freak, soldier girl?
Sound like it. Sound like
Is
it.
you a control freak? Do it gotta go your way? I'm just wondering.
And
I'm
don't come on
curious.
here talking about no if you really mean yes. We here now. No, I know how far to go. No, tell us the truth.
Cause I mean, a man takes work, be it young or old, experienced or non. Like Emery said earlier, what happened in one relationship ain't gonna always fit in the other relationship. You're gonna have to Rubik's cube that shit and figure out how it fits to you.
You got to move around differently.
You know?
Yeah, everybody. I wouldn't want the exact same treatment Bobby Earl got from you. You got to tailor that thing, and there's stuff that you'll only learn as you're on the journey.
But when you say you like what you like, okay. Like it seemed like you have no room for error. Like it seemed like when he come to you,
Unrealistic expectation.
you want him to be, perfect, I guess. And what I'm trying to she said, but Bobby Earl did it right.
Well, he doing it to somebody else now.
I mean,
Something wasn't so right. He's gone. Like you can't recreate him. You seem like you bringing Bobby Earl to Emery, and you said I thought you don't do that. Help us out, girl. She said, "Oh, I just like what I like." Understood. I think we all do.
she said I don't want to overstep.
I don't want to overstep. Yeah, but then Bobby Earl did it right. Yeah, I'm sure. But Bobby gone, and if you still looking for Bobby Earl and Emery or John or whoever, that's kind of bringing your old stuff into the new thing that you said you don't do at all. You got to create something new. At least my opinion. You have to take all your experiences. He gets to take all of his, and then y'all create what's best for y'all.
But yeah,
But that's a trial and error. That's experimenting.
that's relationships.
That's what a relationship is. That's messing up. That's pissing you off.
Right.
That's doing the stuff you just told him not to do last week. He did it again. And you not, jumping out the window because
Or throwing him out.
or either throwing him out because he said he was gonna fix it and he didn't overnight. It ain't old if I still like it. It's all about. You don't want to build. You want somebody already there, right? Or okay, Soldier. Help us out, girl. Cause yeah, I feel like it's kind of going left.
It's been real. As always, it's amazing speaking with you.
We've been going for 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
My God.
And y'all know we can go all night. So
Hey.
are we talking about feminine masculinity next week?
I know, because we still missing that little piece, huh? We can get right to it. Let me read our trees. What's up, girl? She says, you also have to know what type of night it is. Is it a quickie? Is it just sex? Or do you want to make love? Or is it a quickie type? I agree, because all the above takes a different kind of mindset for the most part.
It can be all of them in one night, depending on what mood you're in. Be honest. My first tried everything. My second didn't do half the first did. And now gotta find one that likes same, but it isn't a convo. People talk out loud beforehand.
That's 2.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay. You just gotta keep at it, Italian Pink. Yeah. Keep at it.
Okay. Usually I ain't speechless, but we gonna have to talk about it. You gonna have to make sure you come back so we can talk about that, because that sounds mighty interesting. Or is it just me?
No, that's not wrong. Yeah, when you get the one who does it right, you're like, what the F? This is true. And men are like this too. You get that one girl that, listen. Okay. Okay. So I definitely, I'm not acting like I don't understand that meaning, but I feel like Soldier Girls, at least from what I was getting from it, the motives wasn't so much. It was just this has got to be only type of thing. So that's what we were kind of refuting to.
It almost sounds like the things that she's went through, she's trying her best to make sure she controlled the situation from ever happening again. And there is no leeway, you know what I'm saying, from the guy. Like she not having no leeway. Like I don't want to, like she said, I don't want to be an experiment. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want, like, this is what I like. This is what I want. And I just don't really think, I feel like you're going to constantly go back to the individual that gave you that.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find all of that in,
Lord knows I've done that.
You're going to always go back to that one.
Is that a soul tie? Hell.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm
or is it
asking
just
myself.
comfort?
I don't know, because you can't let that thing go. I've been there. I swear. I'm talking about take over.
I mean, I agree. You don't have to have sex with everyone. I definitely agree with that. But sometimes some sex just ain't for you. And you don't realize it until you broke away from it. I don't know.
Good luck.
I don't know about the single world.
Yeah,
so
I can tell you. I can tell you. I've been out there about 5, 6 years. Yeah. It's rough out here in these streets. But I do know also that only wanting this package this way,
right,
limits the packages that you can choose from.
Right.
I know that.
Right.
And I'm not saying don't have your preferences and stuff you want. Definitely not saying that. Definitely not. But just being just a little realistic about the expectations, because if you want a package built like this, find out how many of them is out there. Is it 100 out there? Of those 100, how many are available? Of those who are available, would they want you? You know what I'm saying? There's, yeah. I go for it. I mean, I say go for it. Single streets are rough, man. They pothole filled.
Dang.
They Benton Harbor in
I was just about to
January
say,
and
okay, Empire.
in January and February till they
All
put
right, Pipe Stone.
the tar in them. Horrible,
I
man.
just about to say that. But yeah, y'all. And it's another one in the books.
Another one in the books. We in there. It's always good talking to y'all. I'm so grateful that y'all be jumping in
So grateful.
and throwing y'all 2 cents in there. We give y'all a penny back. Man.
Just the fact that y'all rock with us and y'all come back every week. Like we definitely got, some loyal individuals that make sure they hear Italian Pink. She look new. We appreciate you. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome. Who else we got new? We gotta make sure we address the new ones when we see them so they know that we're paying attention. And we gotta also make sure that we let our day ones know about this. Yeah, you fit right into it, sister. Right into it. Maybe not in a bad way, but you about yours. You about yours. So I can't wait either because you always keep us on our toes.
She
So
sure
I
does.
can't wait. You and Kia
I
make
love your
sure.
engagement. Yeah, man, I really do. Yeah. And we got others too. I don't want y'all to be so
That's what I said.
Get on here and say something. You ain't got to say nothing the whole time. You can just watch and listen. I get it, but talk to us on here because we all, as you see, we talk back.
We do. But we definitely got them day ones. Vernisha, Kia,
Yes.
Soldier Girl. It's oh yeah, like
Ronique.
I think Ronique knew too though.
Nah, she been on since
She been on
since we was on the just going
live. Day one.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for real, for real. Feminine masculinity. We're gonna talk about how we give it and how men really don't like it.
That's really what it boils down to, ain't it?
They don't like it.
That's really kind of what it boils down to. But you can't always I don't want to jump into it.
That part. Italian Pink said, very good convo. People don't talk about this. That's why we here, sugar.
Yes.
That's why we here to talk about the things that people are uncomfortable talking about, the crucial combos that we all need to have.
It's important. You shouldn't always have to wait till something traumatic happens to discuss it, or to something, till you break down and you blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, talk about stuff. There's a bunch of stuff. And there's stuff in this conversation that we still didn't really get to.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna keep dragging it out. It'll come up, it'll present itself when it's supposed to.
But it lets us know that it needs to be talked about.
Yes.
You feel me? Like it lets us know that. So that's why we come back every week, because of y'all. Real deal, because of y'all.
I know this is so cool.
My hair itch. I need some oil.
But them braids is popping though.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yep. I see you out here in these streets.
I'm trying to get him a new chick every month.
There you go. Give him one. Ask him if he wants some gourmet jelly beans, because I got some for him.
I thought that bag was gone.
No.
What the stash at?
This is it. Now I just bought these today. I shouldn't have even bought them.
Wow.
I bought them after I left the gym. How about that? I know.
Y'all notice I didn't even say nothing, right?
I know.
Thank you, so cute, boo. Thank you, so cute. Thank you so much. I'm reading it as I'm saying it. Thank you so much, babe. I'm so weird. But I know. That's on me. That's on me. I had to bite my tongue. Same
girl,
time,
man.
same place.
Yeah, we in there. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Remember Russell Simmons. Right. Somebody got to do some cartwheels and dance. Let me get Nate in here. Set y'all up.
All right, y'all. It's your girl F.l.o.r.
And I am Emery.
Damn, you sound like the